Thank you, Susan. Kevin is the Director of Commercial Sales for Clean Energy Collective, which started in Carbondale, but is now headquartered in Louisville, and has built or has in development more than 90 roofless community solar projects with 25 utility partners across 11 states, representing more than 160 megawatts of community solar capacity, including in Craig, Colorado.
Thank you. That's a mouthful. Well, thank you very much for allowing us to be here. Before I get into my presentation, do we have any community solar garden customers in the room? Wow, awesome. All right, great. Thanks. Well, glad you could be here. I'm going to bore you probably a little bit with my presentation because I'm going to do a little bit of Community Solar Garden 101. I wanted to tell you about what community solar is and how it works, and then get into the actual specifics of our Craig array. How do I? There we go. Oops, that went to the 10. No. Sorry about that. So, as you've heard with from Matt, from Matt and Susan, there are some challenges with solar going on a roof, and that's really where community solar came into to play. There are obviously you have to have the right roof design, the right alignment. Shading is a big issue with a lot of customers, both residential and commercial. Some people, hopefully, you haven't experienced it here, but some neighbors don't necessarily like the aesthetics of rooftop solar. There's some maintenance issues, and then obviously, if you don't even own your building, but you pay an electric bill, you can't put solar panels on somebody else's roof. So that's where community solar really was developed and came into play, is to overcome a lot of those obstacles. So what community solar is a large solar array, an industrial or utility-sized solar array that we build for a utility, and then we sell those panels to any customer of that utility. In the case of the Yampa Valley Electric Array, any residential, commercial, governmental, nonprofit customer could buy in. So this is actually a picture of our second Holy Cross Energy Array at the Garfield County Airstrip, but it's a good picture of kind of what one typically looks like, and you can see some of the examples of who those customers might be. Not to put any pressure on Tim, but we got Route County down here too. So you buy your panels up front, and then what you get every month is a bill credit on your electric bill. So Yampa Valley will record how many kilowatt hours of power was produced off of your share of the array, and credit your electric bill every month for that. So it offsets your electric costs. That power, that rate that they are paying will adjust with increases in utility prices. So as Matt and Susan alluded to with rooftop, this also offsets any risks of inflation in energy prices down the road. For commercial customers, because you actually take ownership or have title to these panels, you can actually depreciate them for your for tax savings purposes. The investment tax credits that you've heard about, we actually simplify that process in that as the original owner of these panels in the array, we will file for that investment tax credit and then pass it through as a discount in the price that you would pay. So that's a huge benefit for tax-exempt entities like a nonprofit or a governmental entity. Up until recently, residential customers couldn't do that either through a community solar garden. So that's one way for them to be able to take advantage of that, even though say they don't pay taxes because of their nonprofit status. We also, these can be financed. I'm excited to hear about Yampa Valley Bank's interest and participation in this as well. We've worked with other local banks too to finance these purchases, both residentially and commercially. We've mentioned some of the the obstacles, and obviously the benefits of off-site solar are that anybody can participate. There are no shading issues because it's not on your roof. If you are renting your space but paying the electric bill, you can still buy panels in the solar garden and have that credited to your electric bill. And the other advantage for this area is that this garden is located in Craig, Colorado. The climate's a little bit better for solar up there. They get a little bit less snow. You don't have some of the valleys that you have here, and so the production should be a little bit higher than a lot of cases, not all cases, but a lot of cases here in Steamboat. The other thing too is we, Clean Energy Collective, takes care of all of the operations and maintenance of the array, so that's included in your upfront price. So again, you or Susan aren't going out scraping snow off of panels in the middle of the night or in the morning. That's all handled by us. The other thing that community solar provides is a lot of flexibility. So because it's not on your roof, if you were to move, say you were renting a space, or even if you owned a home and you moved to a new home, as long as you're still within the YVEA area, you can keep your solar panels, your solar credits, and just have them transferred to your new meter. So you don't lose them. If you move away, you're not having to rip them off your roof and moving them somewhere else. If you move outside the area, it's a real asset for you. You can sell those, and you don't have to sell them just to the person that buys your property. You can sell them to any YVA customer. So it provides a much more marketable asset in that regard. You've heard a little bit about us, but we were founded in 2009. We did the very first community solar project in the country up in El Jebel. A small little 77 kilowatt system, and obviously we've grown a little bit since then across the country. With this specific project, it's a 577 kilowatt system. We are operating under a 25-year agreement with YVEA, meaning that the bill credit structure is set for 25 years. And the land is tied up with the city of Craig, so we're leasing it from them. As I said, any customer can buy into it, and all you're doing is buying the panels up front, and you get the monthly credits. Going forward, we take care of all the operations and maintenance of it. Here's a little snapshot of kind of a cool little angle of the array, actually in Craig, with juxtaposed with the power plant in the background, which I think is pretty cool. But it's a really neat opportunity for Craig in that it's on the wastewater treatment facility plant site. So it's it's unusable land that they're able to now generate some value out of for themselves. It's on about a 4-acre site. You can see we're using 305 watt panels. There's about 2,000 of them there. The price per watt, and what we do is we sell on a price per watt basis. The minimum buy-in is a panel. So you buy them in increments of a panel, but it's $2.56 per watt. That includes the the discount for the investment tax credit and all the other discounts available. Again, the monthly bill credits start out at 10 cents per kilowatt hour, so it's actually a premium over what you're paying now per kilowatt hour. YVA is providing an incentive for people to participate in this. That rate will stay at 10 cents per kilowatt until your retail rate catches up to it. So once you're paying more than 10 cents per kilowatt hour, your credit rate you receive matches that. It goes up with it. So you'll never be, you're protected from inflation and energy prices going forward. If it ever is a situation where you're producing more in credits than you're paying on your bill, those excess credits just roll to the next month, so you don't lose those. And that happens a lot in the mountain communities where your electricity use usually goes down quite a bit in the summertime. Solar obviously produces a lot more in the summertime, so in a lot of cases you've got extra credits in the summer and then you use them up in the winter when things switch around. The operations and maintenance is funded first by a portion of your upfront sales proceeds and then by a portion of the ongoing production of the array. And what this does is provides a mechanism whereby you're not ever asked to pay any more money into the system. It's all your upfront cost is it. That money that pays for all the operations and maintenance and land costs and insurance costs and so on is held within a trust, and that money can only be used to maintain your array. So we can never take that money and pay for repairs in our Kansas array, for example, or to pay down company debt. It's locked in, and it can only be used to maintain your system. The panels, as Matt had mentioned, ours, it's kind of industry standard now, are 25-year warranties by the manufacturer. In addition to that, we carry full replacement value insurance on the entire array. So if anything were to happen that were above and beyond the warranty, that would be covered by insurance, and that's paid for by the operations and maintenance fund. So really, it's a nice way to lock in energy prices, reduce your energy costs, enable anybody that pays an electric bill to go solar, regardless of what kind of roof you have. Several of our commercial customers also have rooftop panels. So I'm not sure where Susan went. I believe this system offsets maybe 20 or 30% of their total usage. So in a lot of cases, our commercial customers will have rooftop that doesn't offset everything that they want it to offset, and so they'll supplement that with community solar. We build these to be a 50-year asset, so we anticipate that we'll be able to, negotiate a new deal with YVA to keep this going beyond 25 years. Part of that O&M fund will be building reserves to replace pieces and parts once they're beyond the warranty, and so on. So it obviously provides long life that can stay with you or for the life of your electric needs. That's it.